Good morning, team. All right. The whale trade is on. We've been talking about this. Whale money is here. They are very, very smart. They're very, very calculated. They're very, very well funded. And the trade is clear. Sell Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. And this is the reason why you need to take your Bitcoin off of the exchanges. You need to put it in a private non-custodial wallet, such as Edge, which is one that's a local San Diego-based company here. There's a bunch of them. Just look up non-custodial wallets. There's plenty of them. Pull them off the exchanges, and here's why. You may be hodling Bitcoin, but if you have it with Coinbase, for example, which is a great place to start. You can start buying cryptocurrencies at Coinbase. It's very easy. It's good to use. But if you leave your coins there, then Coinbase or Binance or whomever has the ability to loan out. They essentially own the rights to your Bitcoin. Okay, you don't technically own it until it's in your hands. It is in their hands. They're holding it for you, just like your money's at the bank. Is it really your money, or is it the bank's? Because you have to go see them in order to get it. And it's the same kind of situation. If you leave your coins with the exchanges, they can take your coins and lend them out to people for money. A lot of times those people are going to sell it. Now, how does that work? It's shorting. Okay, is basically what it is. You buy one Bitcoin. You leave it with, we're just going to say Coinbase. You leave it with Coinbase. They then lend that out to someone who wants to sell it short. That person has your Bitcoin now. They're selling your Bitcoin, even though you're hodling. They're selling your Bitcoin, but then what they do is they have to buy it back, of course, to complete the trade and then hand you a Bitcoin back. This is why we've got to remove our Bitcoin, all of our coins from the exchanges, because the exchanges, unfortunately, will make money doing this, and they will give the coins to people who want to sell them short. All right, so a couple things here. We'll look at this really quick. I've been telling you that inflation is rampant. Now, we don't just have regular old, 2 to 3% inflation. We have massive, insane hyperinflation. And this is the reason why the rotation into Bitcoin we know is going to be huge. Because gold, which would typically be a place where you would see big money go in an inflationary cycle, has been going down. Because of that, we know that there is money getting primed to be inserted into Bitcoin, and it is probably being done right now. But and Warren Buffett sort of let the inflation cat out of the bag for us here at the quarterly call or meeting, I guess, for Berkshire Hathaway, where he said, quote, "We are seeing very substantial inflation." Now, they would know big enough stakes in a lot of different kinds of businesses. Heinz ketchup, for example. You buy Heinz ketchup for $4 on a grocery store shelf, but you don't realize what it takes to manufacture, package, ship, deliver, pay for the shelf space in the grocery store. I mean, they know what's really going on. They are a much better barometer than the Fed or the CPI or any of that crap. Too many conflicts of interest with the other guys. Buffett says we're experiencing very substantial inflation. He also said, we are raising prices. Flat out. You have to. He said, because people are raising prices to us and it's being accepted. What a simple way to say the cost of us making our goods is going up and we have nothing, there's no way we can do anything but accept it. We have to accept it. There's no alternative. There's no, okay, but we'll do that part ourselves, or we'll go to a different vendor. None of those options are there. So we have to accept it. Therefore, we're raising our prices. And this is how the inflation dominoes fall. Okay, this is why real estate and Bitcoin, I mean, tell me a better hedge for inflation. Non-correlated Bitcoin, digital gold, limited supply, thousands of coins coming off the exchanges every day. Rules are already in place. No CEO, no government can mess with it. No lobbying can get to them. No CEO to bribe. Rules are in place, stuck. Real estate. You're already seeing real estate prices go up. Well, Derrick, how can we already see inflation in real estate if people don't know about inflation yet? Remember what inflation actually is just too much money, right? So if you're in a neighborhood with 10 people and there's a house that's for sale and everyone's just got too much money and they're just rolling around in cash, people will make crazy offers and someone will pay something crazy because they're like, well, I want it and I have the money. So what? So right now what we're seeing in real estate is just too much money being around. And that is it's a signal of inflation. It's not necessarily a domino. It's a signal that the dominoes are already falling. We've been lied to by the government, by the Fed, and by all the indicators that they use. Buffett shoots us straight. Now the inflation cat is out of the bag. So what are whales doing? Let's get over to Bitcoin. All right, that's a daily. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go to the hourly. So yesterday, we had a couple of important moments fail on us. And it's a real shame too, because, the setup here was really good, for things to go higher. This is a macro Fibonacci here. So this is from our all-time high up near 65,000 down to our swing interim low, which is 47,000 approximately. Okay, so from there to there, here's what we're looking at. And you can see this has been, once this bottom was put in, this has worked out. Initial 382 here was resistance, kind of chopped through, got through that. Okay, got up to the 50. All right, pulled back, boom, tried to bust through it, couldn't. That was a market order. Then fell back down below the 382, fought through getting up through that, and then boom, here's short covering came in, and boom, we shot through the 50. And then we made it all the way up to the 618, and then we failed. Okay, then it was like, okay, we went sideways, we marched back up to the 618, and then tried to bust through it, and then failed again. And then once we got back to the 50, it just shot through. Back up, trying to bust through the 50, couldn't get there. Now we're back down to the 382. So this macro Fibonacci is really running the show right now. And the fact that we got some support here at this 382 is important. Just know, like, if this fails, we're going to see 51 or, 51.5, is what we'll see at least if this fails here. So what's really going on? Well, we know whale money's coming in. We know that they are manipulating the market. We know that they do ultimately want Bitcoin. We know that they do ultimately want Ethereum. I haven't heard much about Litecoin. And by the way, I've been putting some really good stuff here on the Twitter feed. Diamond Hands Derrick at Diamond Hands D. Check it out. And what you're going to see here, there's some great stuff today that I posted on here. So Jack from Twitter explaining the banking red tape that he's dealt with on Cash App on a global scale and how Bitcoin solves all the issues. So many positive things on Bitcoin. Also, watch this. Check this out right here, what Bitcoin did. Watch this explanation on inflation, okay, and exactly what's going on. They talk about some really good stuff in here. Highly, highly, highly recommend that you check that out if you're interested in this. You're continuing to see things that are so bullish like this, like Fidelity getting involved in the analysis of, Bitcoin and altcoins and just overall cryptocurrency markets. We look at the halving index. We look at where things were at this period, extrapolated out in the previous epochs, and how it looks like we're only a fraction of the way moving forward with this. So all of the data that we continue to see is very, very bullish for Bitcoin. So why is it going down? If we see these companies making huge purchases, if there's all these coins come off the exchanges, how could it be going down? Where are the sellers coming from? It's market manipulation. There's no doubt about it. I am for sure a Bitcoin homer. I am for sure the biggest Bitcoin homer hodler that there could be. Diamond Hands, I won't sell it. But I have to recognize my bias first and then look at this reality situation. It makes absolutely no sense that Bitcoin isn't skyrocketing right now, other than people are taking your coins, if your coins are on the exchanges and they're selling them, short. My coins are on the exchange. My coins are not being used to short a damn thing. So I would suggest you take your coins off the exchanges ASAP. Find a non-custodial wallet. Write your passwords and stuff down. Put it in a safe place. Put it in a safe. Do what you need to do to be smart about it. But get your coins off the exchanges. Big boys are all about manipulation. The whales are here. They're going to be messing with you. And one of the things they're trying to do right now is use FOMO. FOMO is a really effective tool, and they have studied this in the crypto markets, and they know the majority of crypto investors right now are retail simps. Sorry, I can't come up with a better word. They're just retail novices, amateurs. And when they see their Bitcoin going down and they see Ethereum going up every day, you're going to, at some point, it's going to go through your head. Gosh, I could sell my Bitcoin and buy 20 Ethereum. What am I doing? Ethereum's up 10% every day. I'm down 3% every day on Bitcoin. I got to rotate. And I'll just start with one. I'll just sell one Bitcoin. Go buy 20 Ethereum. I'll sell another coin. How they go over here? This is where it's headed. Listen, I think Ethereum goes much higher in the long run. Trust me, I own it. But this is the trade right now. They're selling Bitcoin, okay, buying Ethereum, running it up, and Ethereum's at a huge run up here. If you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum just over the course of the last month, Ethereum's up 100%. I mean, I bought Ethereum when it was half of where it is right now, and it wasn't that long ago. So, I think that this run up in Ethereum is ultimately going to be a huge wealth destruction. I mean, there's going to be a pullback that is going to be, the carpet pull on Ethereum is going to be so violent that, if you get in too late, you might get really, really hurt on that one. So when will Bitcoin run? When will this all be over? Remember, the big issue is the regulation, and Bitcoin will run once Wall Street can legally do what they need to do with it. Right now, everything's off the books. Right now, everything's dirty. Right now, it's prohibition. SEC hasn't given guidance on how they can manipulate this thing, so how they can just execute on their goals with Bitcoin. And so right now, everything's being done off the books. Super black market right now. That'll change, but it may not be till the end of the year. It may not be till next year. We'll just have to see when the government gets around to doing what they need to do. Once they do, you'll see things flip quite a bit. And so there's this process of adoption that's going on right now, and we have to be patient through it. But basically, it's still in motion. Everything is happening. You watch the price action, it tells you one story. You go and you look at the actual news and the reality of what's going on, and it tells you a totally different story. How could it be? There's so many things here. Will posted this yesterday, and there was a dip in that area, and it got bought up really quickly. What are some of these things here? Watch this video too. eBay posted this in 2013. Explains Bitcoin is perfect. If you ever need to explain Bitcoin to someone, use this video. Like, save this tweet right here from Documenting Bitcoin. eBay posted this video. It was great. It's a tremendous explanation. Here's another one. So we talk about coins coming off the exchanges. And Will posted this. If Bitcoin keeps moving off Coinbase at the rate they have over the last 5 months, the exchange will have no Bitcoin left to sell in about a year and a half. They'll have no coins. You guys get that? Coinbase will have no Bitcoins if coins continue to move off the exchanges at this pace. This is part of the reason, in my opinion, why you're seeing the short selling and why this trade is set up. Because whale investors, they're smart. They know what they're doing. They're going to always do the opposite of what you think they're going to do. And everyone, including myself, I should know better, thought they would be getting into Bitcoin as quickly as possible. They're not. They decided to go and get into Ethereum first and run that up, sell Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. I guarantee you that's the mantra right now. They're going to sell as much Bitcoin as they can. Now, they haven't been super successful with selling the Bitcoin, but they have kept it in this range. I mean, look at this right here. This Fibonacci drawing shows you a range from top to bottom in the last, let's see, how long is this? Going back to, this is 3 weeks? They've kept it in a pretty good check. It's been checked pretty darn well. And, there isn't much else to say other than I think they've been successful. They probably want the price to be lower, but they're plenty happy with it being where it is right here. That they're keeping it in check, that they're making Bitcoin look like it's not the huge winner. If you just go look at cryptos, which cryptos are doing the best here day by day, you're not going to see Bitcoin at the top of that list. And what does that do? That drives buyers away from it. That people are always chasing the gain. People are always chasing the gains. And they know that. And right now people are going to be chasing Ethereum down like crazy, and it's going to work. You know, their ultimate game plan here, their ultimate move to sell Bitcoin, buy Ethereum is going to work for them. It's going to work. They're going to sell the Ethereum to you once you arrive late to the party, and they're going to buy your Bitcoin from you when you sell it to buy your Ethereum. So just kind of count on that being what is going to happen here. And the inflation is real. Inflation is real. It's rampant. It's massive. You don't have to take my word for it. I know I've been saying it for weeks. The Fed's lying to us. The real numbers are way crazy. And according to Warren Buffett, you're seeing very substantial inflation. So buy real estate, buy Bitcoin, buy some other coins, and look at this thing. It's just really struggling right now. I got to tell you, team, this is not looking awesome. Let's take a look at the daily. Zoom in on this real quick here. So this is the same Fibonacci, just extrapolated out on the daily chart. This just gives us a little bit better look at sort of the macro elements of what's going on here. Also, why I think the support is in the 51.5 area. It's the 100-day moving average down here, which is at 51.2, all right, 51.4. So it's at 51.4 right now. So will we get to this today, or will it be tomorrow? If this trend continues, we'll see. If we can't hold this level right here on the Fibonacci, I think it's definitely, that's our next layer of support. If that can't hold, then you have to rip the chart apart, but they're looking for weakness. This is one of the downsides to the crypto markets being open 24/7. There is, over the course of a 24/7 trading range, there are moments when the market is weak. There are moments when the volume is low. There are moments that can be taken advantage of by the whales, and they 100% are doing that. So make no mistake about it, they're going to continue to do that from now until forever with this. They are here. They're in the game. And, downside, drawbacks, these are normal things with Bitcoin. It's not new. What's different now is that it's all being done on purpose. It's not just people selling for profit. It's not just people freaking out. It's also very wealthy individuals who know what they're doing, manipulating the market. So we have a few different elements at play. But right now, so far, this is holding. However, it doesn't look great. I mean, this is not a great setup, to be honest, team. Not a great setup at all. But Bitcoin has surprised me many times before when things just look awful on the charts, and all of a sudden, get a couple big green candles. So that's where we're at today. Check out the Twitter. There's going to be more coming out here at Diamond Hands D. I will be on top of this as we see this changing of the guard unfold, in the sense that it's not just us. It's not just the Bitcoin homers that own Bitcoin now and that want to own Bitcoin. There's many more people coming to the party. And so we got to realize that. We have to continue to HODL, continue to accumulate, and be as wise as you can with the way you manage your money, because it is nice to have some cash there. I have a cash fund that is for buying real estate, that is my backup if Bitcoin gets hit, to gather more coins. I need it to go much lower just based on where my cost basis is in order to accumulate more with the excess cash. But it's okay. It's okay to buy slowly. Okay, to buy 0.01 Bitcoin at a time, to buy 0.005 Bitcoin at a time. Okay, whatever, it's okay to do that, and just buy slowly. Buy a little bit every day if you want. Buy $500 worth every day. Whatever you're cool with, budget wise, it's okay to buy it slowly. And this is why. Because if you're accumulating it and you're buying slowly, look what's happening. You're dollar cost averaging this whole way through, right? This is a daily chart. You're buying a little bit each day. You're getting these really great prices down here. You're paying some of the high prices up here, but you're getting these great deals down here, and you're cost averaging with it. And that's a great way to accumulate more, especially whenever this thing does pop. And one thing we know about Bitcoin is that it will for sure pop. What is that news going to be? Is it going to be the ETF release? Is it going to be government regulation clarity? Is it going to be multiple companies reporting that they have bought Bitcoin, similar to MicroStrategy, similar to Tesla. Will that be the catalyst? We'll see. We need this line to hold right now, though, team, or things are going to get ugly. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. Continue to hodl. Look at this as an opportunity to purchase. If this breaks below here, and frankly, it kind of looks like it's going to, if this happens, maybe be ready. You know, can you pull together a little bit of cash to buy some more at 51.5? Now, probably won't go down and touch this average. My guess is it'll get bought up a little bit before that. So I probably put the buy order in here for accumulation at like 52. And it looks like that's where we're headed, team. It is breaking this important support level here. So I would I would call it like 52. That'd be a good place to put in a little buy order. In fact, that's what I'm going to go do right now. So you guys have a great day. I'll hopefully check back in tomorrow and continue to hodl away. See you soon.